everyone, and welcome back to All the Mods 10. We are back, and as you can see everything. We ended the last episode with, as you can see on my character, as goofy as it looks, night vision goggles. We set up mimic farming, both in terms of killing mimics that we made, and then we set up a this guy over here, which isn't in here, but there was at a time mimic stuff, and the mimic stuff made us night vision goggles. Now, word on the street is that if I grab like an artifact and we open it up, this number, the relic quality, we can change. Yeah, so like if I click on the gamma vision, you can re-roll random stats, and it will cost 50 player experience. Cool. And if I hold shift, it will automatically do it until we get the perfect level. Now, what's the perfect level mean? For us, it means it reduces the effectiveness of blindness and darkness, like for the night vision. So we kind of don't really care about that, I guess. But for other things, like maybe the robe, what does the robe do? I don't remember. Vanish, in darkness, and then this one does extra damage. Like we can just max them out. I don't really know if we need to for most of these. The hunter belt? What's this? Oh, we can totally do it for this. Oh no, well that's the wearer's pets. I mean, we still can though, right? So, like this one isn't max level. It's level 5, but it's also ability quality 5. So this is a confusing example, but this one here is 0.5 ability quality, and if we hold shift and click this, it's now max level. So the damage dealt by the wearer's pet will now be 200% at level 0, which is pretty cool. So if we, level this guy up, blah, blah, blah. I think that's cool. Oh, and look at our belt. It's all like sparkly. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. Now that means we could probably do it for the hard as well. This guy wasn't max level or max quality. I keep saying the wrong thing. So at the moment, at level 0, it increases us by 5 health points. If we, hold on, let me, 1 second, please, just 1 moment, let me just head over, I think down here, right? And then I should just like come over here, and this thing should just give me my levels. Yeah, there we go. Okay, this is fine, okay. Yeah, right. So then I hold shift and I click, and we're max level, awesome. And we're full again. So instead of doing 5, now it does 6. we take those. That's a little win. Cool. Why is it sparkly though? Because this one's not sparkly. Why is it sparkly? Is it because... I don't know. But it's sparkly. Alright, let's do this crystal heart as well, because this guy... Yeah, might as well. Pow. 6 hearts from him as well at level 0. Cool. So we're stronger. Antidote vessel, that's for, what, negative potions or something? Cool, and yeah, okay, so again, this one, the duration by 27%, and if we go max quality, it's 40%. I like it, thank you. I had no idea. I could have read the thing, but that would involve reading the thing, so we take this. But yeah, the night vision for me is going to be so good. Just being able to, like, see stuff, as silly again as that sounds. So what do we want to do? Well, the other episode, we set up netherrack, which we see here, obsidian, and dirt production. They should be infinitely just processing, getting us more and more and more. You can see here, the number of dirt we have in the system is going up. Cool. For netherrack, as you can see, nothing. The reason why the netherrack and stuff, sorry, I'm going through the mental process of where we're at, as well as, I guess, catching you guys up in case you've just hopping in after having not watched for a bit. We're out of lava. You can see it occasionally lights up as lava, I guess, appears in there for a split second. But we don't have any. So we need to sort that out as well. Now, I think we can sort that out relatively easily. We can either go to the nether. That's possible. We do have create, which means one of 2 things. One is, woo, create. But 2 is we can set up our own infinite lava source and pull from it. We have that technology, which honestly is really, really cool. So, what do we want to do? What's the approach, do we think? Lava. Well, let's have a quick look. Because again, occasionally there'll be like a mod and it's like, oh, let's just do that. Like, For example, a laser drill has to be in the nether though. But like we could laser drill for lava. It looks like the extractor might be able to do it too. So we'll have a quick look. We'll see what's going on. Magmatic bees will turn cobble into lava at a 30% rate as they fly over it. That's pretty cool. That's alright. What's this? Crystallized lava? Meh. Okay, the extractor. What does this guy do? So, from lava, with a dripstone block, we will get 5 millibuckets every half second. It's not much. It can be scaled up quite easily. You could have this. You'd need so many. It's not worth it. I was just thinking like, yeah, potato. That's not even the right saying, but you know what I mean. All right, next up we have cobble being superheated. 1 cobble for 50 millibuckets. But it needs to be superheated. That's a whole thing. You can... Huh? Okay, well, that doesn't matter. Have I clicked the wrong thing? I feel like we're now seeing what lava's used in. Did I... Okay, sure. Yeah, well, whatever. I think we want to either find a lava pool underground that we can use, or go to the nether, essentially. We can go to the nether, get lava, then make our own lava source in the overworld. The only reason I want to do it in the overworld is just because it's convenient. Like, if it was just under my base, I wouldn't have to worry about, well, anything, right? It would just be under the base. Now, am I mistaken in that that will work? Cool. Chuck all that in. Plenty of goods. There we go. I think we wanted a block. Yeah, block. There we go. So the hose pulley is what we want, I believe. We also want a copper casing. So that will be copper ingots and stripped logs. We've got one. I guess. There you go. You just right click it to get it. You can automate that pretty easily as well. In fact, you know what? We do our fair share of create every so often. I've got a create series. I play a little bit with create in my spare time as well. Like just off camera. It's pretty fun. As I learn how to do more and more stuff, I imagine we'll incorporate it into these other mods as well, because there are some really neat things it can do. It's sort of... It's not as advanced as like integrated dynamics in terms of it can't do all that stuff, but it can sometimes do the same thing and look prettier, you know what I mean? So it's sort of a little middle ground there. What am I here for? I've forgotten. My memory was erased 2 seconds ago. I'm here to automate create, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I am going to... I think I just want a formation plane. In fact, we might have... I'll double check to make sure we haven't already just automated this down here. Like a machine that does this. For example, like over here, we've got droppers, we've got clickers, we've got breakers. Interesting. And then something down there. What's that guy? A block placer. And then we have a block placer, we have an extractor. We've got this guy obviously going crazy. Okay. I think we can incorporate it here. So for example, this guy here, does he have any knowledge? He gets told, you get this, you do that. Cool. So, and this guy, can we see where you're working? Not really. I'm trying to think. What's the easiest way to do this? All right, let me give it a shot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a clicker, a simple clicker, right? This is this really what I want to do? I was going to place it underneath. And then how would I get this stuff to work? Because I would put like... I'd almost need the pattern provider to be attached to the clicker, I think. Methinks. Alright, let's give this a shot. So let's grab a smart cable. Do I even need to do it here? I don't know why. Why do I want to do it here? Why am I so enthralled with combining it to this? Because it wouldn't even do what I want it to. We'll just make a new one. It's honestly, it's not that big a deal. Yeah, let's go small tunnel mode. There we go. There we go. Sure. Whatever. Works for me. We don't have any... We have fortune, unbreaking, and mending. We don't have speed. We do have the... Boon of the Earth. Boon of the Earth? Boon of the Earth. Am I wrong in thinking Miner's Fervor? Didn't we have a huge, like, thing? Where I was like, we need Miner's Fervor! Have they removed it? They haven't. They have. Wah. They have. Wah. Wah. For fortune. Shows us fortune books. Fortune. Fervor. These villains! Right from under me! Why have we done this? Like, here's the thing, right? Minus Fervor, it wouldn't work, as in, like, you couldn't actually mine, like, all the money more with it. But do you know what that meant? That just meant that you didn't put it on the pickaxe that you'd mine all the money more with. You know what I mean? Like, guess what? Like, I also can't mine that with a wooden pickaxe. We don't remove wooden pickaxes. You know what? I'm coming back. I'm gonna figure out why it's been removed. Okay, I found the issue in version where are we? 2.37 of the mod pack. It was removed, and the reasoning was enchantment didn't work with ATM pickaxes, so it was removed. But what? Alright, I'll be back again. Okay. This is fine. I'm also... I do feel a little bit dumb, because obviously, this has been fixed like 5 versions ago. I think 5. Might even been more than 5 versions ago. And I just haven't been that active. And then even just like the past few episodes, I haven't said it, but I feel like... You might have even seen me like look at my pickaxe a few times. Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like... I've got a great comparison. You know when you're flying with a jetpack, like I was so often, and you'd fall, land, and take a little bit of damage. Even if your health doesn't move, you get like that ooh, and it's like it might not be like that big of a deal in the moment because you don't take damage. It doesn't matter, right? But it's just tick 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 tick, like it just ticks away at your sanity for the entire time, and you're like, why am I so frustrated? I feel like that was happening, like. Breaking stuff, it's like, it's such a small change, you know what I mean? It's so subtle, but it's like, God. Because, yeah, this is no enchantments. If I put efficiency on, I rip through my base. Minus Fervor, what it does, you've probably seen the video, you guys probably know, it is close to instant mining, but it stops, like, after you break the block. So, like, it's this, but faster, but with the control of, I just want to break that. Like, look, I will be honest, it's awfully close to just this, but where it comes into play is when you're mining something harder. You know what I mean? So like if I have an obsidian, this might be a bad example. I might just be complaining for no reason, but like, yeah, like I'd love efficiency to mine obsidian. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, I can have an efficiency pick, but I could also just have minus favor. But yeah, so I've wee wah-wah'd. We'll see what we can do. I think I can change it on my end. I just don't want you guys to be like, well, how do you have it? So we'll see what happens there. But anyway, enough wee wah wah. Let's get down to business. So, realistically, what's the way to do this? I could have a clicker that clicks what we want. So what I would probably do is get a pattern provider. So that will put in like an ingot, I guess. And then this guy will just click. Pretty good at what he does, I guess. He'll click. He'll right click in front. Cool. Can I just say, oh, I can give it a direction? South. Sure. We'll say south. South. Cool. So he'll right click to the south and he'll do what he's meant to do. Awesome. We'll then need something to place and something to pick up. So again, we have a few options. We could just formation plane it and annihilation plane it. And that's probably the easiest. I already had one on me. Nice. Now, the annihilation plates. I have a thing where I'm dumb and I can't figure out how to use them. So we're gonna make sure that we figure this out. So let's place this here. Formation, annihilation. Now, the annihilation will break anything that it can store. That's my understanding. So, what I want to do is essentially have it not be able to store oak logs if we do it this way. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, great question. It means if I search casing, from create, we have andesite, brass, copper, and train. So what I should be able to do is search draw, get a 2x2, and put those in there, connected to this guy as the only like storage system. And I think that will work. Yeah, I think that'll just work. So I might have to manually do like one of each, essentially. So let's just go logs. Looks like we're in Birchtown again. We can grab a copper ingot. We can grab an andesite alloy. Yep. Do we have any brass on hand? Any brass? Surely a little bit. Nope, we have none. Can we just craft some really easily? Right, surely. Copper dust, zinc dust. That's probably going to be the easiest. Grab some copper dust. Grab some zinc dust. Mix it all together to get brass dust. And then chuck it in my little smelty smelts. Cool, so that's brass taken care of. Let's get these. So we want to do that. Oh, I think it's just brass. And then the train casing, I think, is a little bit harder to get my hands on. Train casing needs a sturdy sheet. And I don't know if it can be... It says manual item application. You might be able to just do it. Yeah, kind of... Oh, brass casing upgrades. Cool. And a sturdy sheet is obsidian dust, lava, stomp. We're probably just not going to do that. I don't plan on making a train anytime soon. Maybe to bring lava across, ironically. But, yeah. So what we'll do is we'll do brass, copper, and andesite. Now, can I just lock that? It might be as simple as that. I just don't know if you can put stuff in while something's locked. So what I could just do is chuck cobble there. And that will just keep it, you know, it will keep it secure. So what we want to do next is get a storage bus. So we don't have any, but I can order some. That should be fine. Let's tidy up a little bit, ever so slightly, if I can. We've got lava in a fluid tank. That's that's pretty much the whole thing. All right. Okay, storage bus there. Cool. So we place a smart cable here to connect the two. So he should actually break that once he gets power. Now to get power, but not to transfer data, we need quartz fiber. So what we're essentially doing here is, according to this annihilation plane, his only access is this storage drawer here that has specific things it can have. By placing a quartz fiber cable, power can pass through, but no data, meaning he can't access my vast storage system to just start breaking birch logs, right? So like we can place that there. Oh, we're also gonna have to strip the log as well. That's gonna be a whole nother thing. And so now if I press, well, I guess that can stay there. But now if I connect my smart cable, like so, it's now powered, it's online, and it's waiting for one of these things to show up. So there we go. So what I'm gonna do, what am I gonna do? Do we have a smithing thing? We do. Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad we did that. Let's get an axe because we need to strip the logs. And I think we just get another clicker. I'm gonna just sort of hope that the clicker has that technology within him and that he's just gonna do it. So we're gonna place this. This direction is the east. So we're gonna send him east. Chuck in a diamond axe. Ta-da! Now it does use durability, so we can make 1,561 casings. I'll take it. And then all we need to do is the recipe so that he knows what to make. So, do we still just have a normal terminal? Is that what's going on here? Wireless crafting terminal. Okay. How can I get... Because does a universal terminal, does that include a pattern encoding? It does. See what I mean? That's pretty good. So if I combine a pattern encoding and a crafting, we can do that. That's really good. Pattern encoding I want. We'll probably do this recipe, which doesn't really make a difference. That and that we need. So let's order that. Let's get a crafting table. Terminal needs this. Cool. We can do that. We have that technology. I feel like I just saw that we didn't have crafting tables again. Didn't I order like 1 trillion? Oh no, I was going to, but we didn't have the wood for it. Cool. I did now, in case you couldn't tell. Alright, crafting terminal, brilliant. Pattern encoding terminal, brilliant. Dense energy cell needs normal energy cell, which needs fluix, quartz, and glass. So we'll do this, and then we'll just order like 100 of each. Because, I mean, it should be easy. If we're at the point where this isn't easy, that's like a whole different problem that we're gonna have to tackle, but I think we're fine. So energy cell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Brilliant. Dense energy cell. Cool. And boom. Wireless pattern encoding terminal. Thank you, thank you. We take out our one. We combined the two. Oh, wait, what's that? Import card. Huh. We're going to place the two here and get a wireless universal terminal. Okay. Now, hey, I'm putting a lot of trust in this. As you guys know, I can be a little wee wah wah when it comes to the universal terminal. So we'll see how we go. To be fair, I think it was a different mod. The one that I'm beefing with, you know? I really enjoy it. I find it very fun. Yeah, I think there was a different mod that did it. Maybe, unless they've all just sort of like combined forces. Anyway, so I open this crafting terminal. Cool, we love it. But then, haha, I click this and we can pattern. How cool is that? So now I can just get patterns in here and do what I wanted without having to run away to the thingy thing. So we go here. Cool. I want, what do I want? Sorry, I'm having a moment. I want some of this stuff. So the copper casing is what we want at the moment. So essentially all I want to do is say, hey, copper ingot equals this. Cool. And then I wouldn't mind doing it for this as well. And then, I mean, while we're here, we might as well do the brass. What's this casing? Iron casing. We'll do the brass as well. The brass. Cool. Okay. So then I chuck each of these in here. And it should just simply work. This guy, I'm going to have to tell him, hey, place birch. That shouldn't be a problem. That should be that taken care of. And so, if I say, copper casing, can I get 10, please? Let's look. Well, it's not done. Come on. So what's going on here? This guy isn't placing birch. Blocks will be placed as a block. Birch log. If we go in here, we do have birch. The device is online. It's connected to the pattern provider, which is connected to everything else. This entire network here is using 14 of 32 channels. I'm just making sure. Like, well, no, it says it's online, so we know it has a channel. Like, that shouldn't be a problem. So the question of the day is why this no do? Why this no do? The block, it can place it there. Birch log. Shouldn't need anything special there. Blocks will be placed as blocks. Online. Formation plane. I would get if this was breaking it, but it's not. This clearly only broke what it needed to. It hasn't received the goods back. I believe what we need to do is actually now get an import bus and place it here. Ha 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 ha. That'll work now. Okay. No, it won't. No. It won't work because it actually just needs to go into the pattern provider. Yep, there we go. So for example, if I get this casing out and place it in here, now it should work. No, but this guy should work regardless. I'm solving what I think are problems, but not properly. You know what I mean? Like I'm not, like that should actually solve a problem that I think we had, but it doesn't solve why this guy's not placing birch log. What am I missing here? I'm missing something. Birch log, we've got it. Formation plane. Because if I just place it, it does it. Why do I feel so dumb? Priority. Huh? Okay, sure. I guess we'll change how we do this. Which is kind of annoying. What we'll do is we will get a export bus, I guess, and we'll get a placer, a simple block placer. Doesn't have to be anything too fancy. Just needs to place some blocks. We'll order more and more stuff. It'll show up eventually. Yeah. I know we got a little sidetracked, but it's alright. Simple block placer, cool. I know they don't need to face the way that they're going to process, but like it does feel a little bit nice having them at least attempt to face that way. You know what I mean? Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this guy, he's just going to place blocks. I think he'll just do it. I don't think we need to encourage him too hard. Boom, boom, birch, log. So he should get birch, and he does, and he places it, and there we go. Cool. Could these be faster? I mean, he can go faster. There we go. I mean, that's pretty good. Sweet. Awesome. And so we should have, yeah, cool. Hey, ho, ha, ha, hee, ho. All right, cool. I mean, that's actually really good. We got a lot done just then. Now, what was the purpose of this? We wanted a hose pulley. That was the simple thing we wanted to make. All right, hose pulley, brilliant. Now, this guy will need a crank to lower him in. No, not that crank. We want a create crank. Now, what this will do is it will lower the... Oh, that's going to break stuff. Actually, apparently it's not. Brain no work. Why am I picking up? Do I have magnet on? Okay, magnet off. I think that must have been it. What was I going to say? Yeah, crank will lower this into the lava. We then do need a pump, but I think we can just use a fluid pipe and a netherite thingy thing. A pipe upgrade. One of these guys. Cool. Now beyond this, two options. One is we do it in the overworld, one is we do it in the nether. What else is there? I thought we had one in the nether, to be honest, but I think all we need to do is have it show up here. The whole milk thing, I think that we're done. I think we're done with the milk. I'll be honest with you. I think we could probably just chuck one of these in here and just say like, hey, it'll be on when it's powered. So this guy can fill up with milk. This guy can just chill and actually like work. And then what do I want to do? Are any of these? Yeah, you're meant to be lava, right? Cool. Fluid draw. Okay. What are you from? You're from functional storage. At functional. Because I'm wondering if I can like link them. You know what I mean? There's a way to do that. Like an ender draw is kind of what I want, but I want it to be a fluid draw, I guess. Now this one, the dripping upgrade just generates lava. Which I do have. I've got at least one of those. I can upgrade it to an obsidian generator. That's not too bad. Every 20 ticks. So like if I made another one of these, I can put that in there and we get even more lava. Okay. I mean, it's not horrible. It's not the worst thing we've ever seen. And so that will just make lava. The problem is, yeah, we're using way too much. Okay, cool. What else do we have? Controller access points. Get our linking tools, obviously. The ender draw is so very tempting. Ender draw, but I mean, but he doesn't fluid, does he? Ender draw. Let's read it in the quest book. Let's see what they got to say about themselves. Use the linking tool. You can link two ender drawers to sync up their contents. Works just like an ender chest, but as a draw. Haha. To link, blah, blah, blah. All right. Storage controller shows all that cool stuff. Controller access point. Cool. Pretend that's okay. Okay. All right. Cool. Sure. Iron downgrade. Collector upgrade. Fluid draw. If you thought the original footage story, you'd be wrong. Show it have fluids. Cool. Alright. We'll probably just set up some sort of ender tank. Just because they're cool and I really like them. Do we have any red wool? Can we make some red wool? I'd actually really appreciate 2 bits of red wool. Thank you. Alright. Ender tank. Cool. We'll replace that with red wool. Saves us from dyeing it later. And then I believe we want 2 diamonds to make them personal storages. Cool. One of them I do want to go into here. So I think if I place it there and right click it, it will auto input there. I also want to right click this. Oh, to make it personal. And it's instantly outputting lava. What? Have we have we used these before? He's crazy. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's lost his mind. Sorry. I wasn't prepared to have a... Huh? I thought we did something over there, or like, you know what I mean? I thought we did something. Okay. So we came down here. Built around here. Cool. Lava. Who would have thought? Fire. You like to see it. We've got some stuff there. I know we broke a bunch of this red stuff for redstone at some point. Why am I under the impression that I built a... This is all gravel. That's not what I want. Okay. Well, I mean, we can just set up a pump and that should be fine. We can build it right pretty much wherever we want, I guess. Sure. So here's our thing that moves stuff. So this place is force loaded, meaning I can just select like right here. Let's do F3 and G. As long as we're within this chunk, we should be good to go. F3G again to remove that. Cool. Now, do we want to... What I can probably just do is do a small tunnel. Like so. We can fly. I'm just going to risk it for the biscuit. There we go. Oh. Little bit of a mess, but that's okay. Alright, awesome. So... Alright, how do I want to actually do this? Fluid pipe. Hose pulley. Cool. Wrench to spin. There we go. No, we want to spin it like that, so it connects to the pipe. This part gets the crank. That allows us to raise and lower the hose. So if I right click, it goes down. Now at the moment, it says it's empty. That's all it says. If we go low enough that it reaches lava, then it should tell us if it is infinite or not, I believe. Now, how far down we have to go, I'm not too sure. How far are we? Are we there yet? It does look like we are. I'll go down a little bit lower just to make sure. Cool. Alright, so we're in the lava. I mean, I can see that it's infinite. Or at least should be considered infinite, so that should be okay. If we then grab our ender tank, to be honest, there's almost a chance that it will just lava. You know what I mean? Doesn't look like it has, which is unfortunate. Let's pick it up slowly. Let's place this guy, set this guy to extract. Now you can't see that it's in extract mode because the part where it normally divots out is hidden by a 3D texture on that block. Notice how the hose pulley extends out, but it is extending. We can see because it's filling with lava. We can see because it's saying that it's extracting. And we can chuck this guy in to make sure that it's extracting as much as it possibly can. Now in terms of if it's infinite. Oh, listen to that. I'm confident that it's infinite. I could have sworn it used to say it. This is considered infinite. Maybe that's on new create or something. Are we on old create? How do we know? All I know is that that appears to be working. Oh, that's not diamond. Now it's diamond. There we go. We'll take that. Pleasure doing business with you. So if we now go home, we should be able to check in here. Do we have sound? Oh yeah, we just heard sound. This guy should have had lava in him. Oh, he says he does. It's just a visual glitch. This guy over here should also be getting lava. Now, he is getting lava, but he's getting lava as fast as this guy can empty him. And clearly that's not enough. So what we'll do is help him out. Let's jump in here, search pipe. Let's grab a fluid pipe. Can we get a pipe upgrade? This is another one of those things where I swear I made recipes for it. And I'm pretty confident. No, I guess I made them for all the other stuff. I didn't make them for the netherite ones. That's fair. I'll accept that. That's fair reasoning. All right, now just real quick, can I get away with this? I think I can. We can hide it, so we can actually just have it up here. Set this guy to extract. Chuck this, chuck that, and there we go. That should now be really fast. Yeah, we're actually filling it up with the liquid, which is great. And it's also got, you know, it's got some generation on top of it. It's doing what it can. It's getting stuff done. But there we go. Lava. Okay, so now if we head down, oh, I'm curious as well. Have we got that phantom stuff? Tangibility is disabled. I'm so curious about it. I don't get it at all. Phantom, did we make some? We did. Tangibility. Do we have any frame blocks around us? This is framed. Yeah, I guess it has to be messed around in the config to turn on. I wondered why it's disabled by default. I'm sure there's bugs in it and it probably crashes, but I am curious. Because, I mean, it's there for a reason, right? It's, you know, they haven't removed it from the game. Look at this, lava. So we've got lava, seemingly enough water as well. These guys are filled to the brim. They all have upgrades. Looks like it. Oh, what's happening here? Guys. Why aren't you emptying? Do we need... Don't tell me we need upgrades. I think we actually do. That's awesome. Alright, cool. Pipe. Chuck that away. Grab that out. Bada bing. And get ready. Bada boom. So you get a pipe. You get an upgrade. You get an upgrade. I'll just put it in all of them. We have enough resources. If it causes lag, that could be a problem. Oh yeah, we had basic pipe upgrades in a bunch. I think for that exact reason. Well, new day, new me. So that makes 5 a pop. That's pretty good. As for obsidian, it's making 2 a pop. Yeah, sure. Cool. Okay, so if we jump back in here, we should see netherrack. We can actually see it rising. Awesome. We should be able to see obsidian rising as well. Dirt is still rising, despite how violently fast this looks to be. Apparently it's just not. Now, this guy is filtered to where it will not break coarse dirt, meaning all the dirt coming out of here is actually dirt. It's not breaking anything that isn't dirt. I know I've said that 10 times, but like, it's only dirt. Meaning we're not accidentally getting coarse dirt back in the system. It's just, I mean, it's doing it. It's doing it as fast as it can. Yeah. I wonder if this means that there's a better way. I mean, like, it definitely feels like it means there's a better way. I know you can grow it, but like, interesting. Okay. We should set up some of these drills. We've done this in the past, but I don't think we've done it with like all the modium drills and stuff. This guy. Electric quarry. Unobtainium drill. You can get ancient debris. Okay. Awesome. I'll tell you what, I'm quite happy with what we've done. Despite it being a relatively short episode, I guess. But no, I'm pretty stoked. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the episode. If you are enjoying the episode, hopefully you continue to. Hopefully you've enjoyed the series so far. As for like checking out base videos, I'll try to do those soon. Yep, I'll try to do more of those. The Creatorholic stuff, I'll be making a few more videos of that. I've got a bunch recorded already, and that stuff, it's really fun to jump into. So, I'd probably do it regardless of whether I was recording or not, because they're really fun to play with. So I'll record it. If you guys watch it now, you watch it in 10 years when, I don't know, you're bored, then so be it. Yeah, it's just a fun time. It's a nice mix up for me. So I don't mind doing it, even if all the mods and checking out base videos would probably do better. Yeah, I've been trying to, yeah. It's an interesting series because it is very different. I might have like thousands of videos. I think I do. Hundreds of videos? We'll say hundreds. I might have hundreds of videos, but all of that experience is for single player. You know what I mean? So like, I'm pretty relatively chill when it comes to single player, but the other stuff, it's like, it's different. Yeah, anyhow, thank you for watching. Hopefully, all the stuff I said before. Thank you to our donators and our channel members. Thank you to our tier 3 channel members, Malizzy, FunPhoenix13, and Space Trooper John. And hopefully, I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.